Good evening. My name is Rodney. Father Rodney. Hi, brother. I'm a priest in this Germany who come to this country, where the 4 million inhabitants, 3,975,000 of them are atheists, and about 24,000 of them are agnostic, and the other 1,000 are Jewish. The point is, I don't have a very big following. This is the United States Embassy of this country. 6 years ago, I ran in here seeking asylum from the communist police. Outside these walls were 6 million communists determined to kill me. My choice was simple. Either I could remain here in the safety of your embassy, or I could go outside and attempt the biggest mass conversion in history. I decided to stay. The head of this embassy is Ambassador James F. McGee. He was put in charge here by your government because of his firm grasp of world events. Each morning, he enters this room, surveys the environment, and graces us with his clarity and wisdom.
Jesus, look at all this kindness.
That is typical of disability to someone in this situation normally. Miss Kilroy is Ambassador McGee's bright-eyed efficient assistant.
And I'm the only woman in the Foreign Service who knows the second stanza is used on St. Banner.
All of the ambassador's medal memos go through Miss Kilroy. Miss Kilroy. Take a bite of that.
To all embassy personnel, unless a new embassy building can be purchased, we must think of new ways to make room in this small mansion. It was unfortunate that when Dean West passed through the country last week, we were unable to put him up for that. It was equally unfortunate that no one here recognized him. See that this does not happen again.
This is the ambassador's other assistant. Not exactly bright-eyed, not exactly efficient. In fact, the only man in the Foreign Service to ever accidentally grab his lunch in a peace treaty. He's worked in 16 U.S. embassies, some for as long as 3 weeks. He's worked in this embassy for 6 months. That's the longest he's ever worked in any embassy. Why? Because he's charming, he's eager, and he's the ambassador's son. Stand for me, Dad? This is where it all starts. I better be getting back to the room.
Axel, because of my superior record here, the leaders of my party would like to discuss the possibility of placing me in the upcoming gubernatorial race.
Dad, I think you'd make a wonderful governor. Your broad outlook would appeal to militant fascists as well as psychotic liberals. Something for everyone.
Uh-huh. Naturally, this embassy must be run with the same brilliant efficiency it is accustomed to when I am here.
This is a quiet little outpost. There should be no trouble.
I'll level with you, Axel. I'm tempted to leave Miss Kilroy in charge, but that was bad consideration.
Dad, the Foreign Service is my whole life. Give me a chance to prove myself once and for all. What can go wrong in 2 weeks?
You were in Brazil for 2 weeks and you had been importing coffee.
Dad, I know how much this governorship means to you, and I'll see that this embassy remains a credit to your record.
The only important guest you're going to have in the next 2 weeks is the Sultan of Bashir.
I'll see the Sultan gets royal treatment.
You sure will, Axel. I'm on the verge of including a very important oil field for Sultan. He'll make me a very big man next November. Axel, most fathers start their sons milling and let them work their way through. I started you out on top, and you worked your way to the mill. This embassy is a clean slate for you. If it's not run letter perfect, I'll fire you. And if your own father fires you, it's the end of the line. Goodbye.
Have a good flight, Dad. Miss Kilroy. Miss Kilroy.
You called?
Yes. In the next 2 weeks, I'm in charge of this embassy, and it would mean a great deal to me to have your full cooperation.
Your father should have known better than to leave in charge of the man who left us in Africa.
That's not fair. Some of the best men in the Foreign Service have at one time or another been recalled from the country.
Africa is a continent. You've been recalled from the entire continent. But what about Japan? You never mentioned that. Or the Soviet Union? You managed to cover that up too.
You know I've had some bad breaks career-wise.
You were hung in effigy in Panama.
I admitted I was.
Yes, but you can't spy your own embassy.
Yes, this is the American Embassy. Oh no, Ambassador McGee is not here. He's on his way back to the United States. I'm Axel McGee. I'm in charge during his absence. What the hell is that about?
It's the communist police. They're chasing 3 people. I think they're tourists. Mr. McGee, they're running up the steps of the embassy.
I better open the front door quickly.
I don't know if I'm... Help! We're American tourists! The communists are after us! They think we're spies!
We're Americans! I swear! Willie Mays! Fishing Lord! Case Smith! I pledge allegiance to the flag!
Hey guys, we're calling for Mr. Can you help us?
Some vacation, run!
Where are they? Hand them over to us.
Who? What? What did they do?
We're caught in the act of spying.
How?
Taking pictures in a restricted area.
That doesn't make them spies. They're American tourists. Didn't you see the shirt that guy was wearing? What did they take pictures of?
These are sights, installation. Seems too much. Die.
Mr. McGee, they're setting up searchlights and machine guns around the embassy.
Look, I'll give you the film. In fact, I'll give you the whole camera.
Hand them over to us, or we will drag them out.
You can't do that. This is United States territory. And this is the United States Embassy. Nobody can be dragged out of here and shot without written consent of the American government.
Leave these premises at once. Your behavior is an extreme violation of international conduct.
Who are you?
I'm Axel McGee. I'm in charge during my father's absence, and I order you to leave at once. Guns or no guns, if you don't go, Miss Kilroy will throw you out.
Mr. McGee, something is happening.
Yes, Sasha, I know.
There's soldiers surrounding the house. They're staring into the kitchen.
They won't hurt you.
I can't cook if I'm being stared at. I'm that type of person.
Who are you?
I am personal chef evacuee. Formerly chef to Norway. Formerly chef to the White House. Formerly chef to the Queen Gate. And before that, I just ran a little business.
Don't you terrorize our health.
I had a cake in the oven. Your gunshots made it fall.
Mr. McGee, stand firm. All on to form protest.
Oh, you stay from all on. Now look, you spy on us and we spy on you. Why would we suddenly pretend it's so unusual?
You spy on us? How often?
As you know, it goes on between our 2 countries every day. Why be so hypocritical?
And are they spies?
No. Maybe, I don't know.
How do you know they're not spies?
Are you going to tell me your country doesn't send spies posing as tourists all the time?
You admit they're spies.
What if they are spies? That doesn't give you the right to enter this building illegally. This is not just an outrage, but a vicious and cruel attack on the whole free world. I wouldn't be surprised if France took our side.
Mr. Krojack, I have your foreign affairs office on the phone. They want your report back immediately.
She admitted they're spies.
You didn't? Mr. McGee.
He admitted it. I have it all here on tape.
I did kill Roy. In a sense.
We do nothing of the sound.
But we do spy. If we start being honest and stop being hypocritical for once.
Enough, Mr. McGee.
But we do spy.
What's about it?
Now look, you come into this building barging with guns, and you wonder why a cruel dictatorship gets a bad name.
The embassy will be surrounded from this day on. Spies will either come out or spend the rest of their lives in here. First, the world will hear of this confession. Goodbye. For now.
How could you do it? How could you admit they were spies?
I panicked. I lost control.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, don't panic. Don't lose control.
You.
Who?
Yeah, you were the best. How can you tell that we're spies?
Walter, be careful. He's overseas.
eavesdropping.
They say we're spies, and he tells them yes. All of a sudden, I'm a spy. I'm going what's my line. They'll never guess.
Where's my daughter?
I'll get her. Miss Burns, please bring the girl to the basement.
Yes, Miss Burns, bring the girl up from the basement.
What are you, her echo?
Tell her be quiet.
Those lunatics out there accusing us of spying, and this lunatic says yes.
Actually, if you were listening to the whole conversation, you would know that I was trying to calm them down.
First no movie on the plane, then this.
It's a simple misunderstanding.
How simple.
If we leave the building, they'd kill us. Simple enough.
Don't jump to conclusions. There'd be a trial first.
Who is this guy?
I better call your father. Maybe I can stop him at the airport.
There's no need for that. I can handle a crisis.
Handle one? You are one.
A man takes his family on vacation. Wants to show them a good time. And this is what we have working in our government. Then they wonder why I don't vote.
I've got to make out a report.
Well, that's what you get for taking pictures.
It's my vacation. My new hobby is photography. Am I interested in the missiles and rockets? All I wanted to do was take some pictures.
I wonder if your photos are valuable.
He held the camera backwards. There are pictures of his nose.
I've got to have my head examined. Every time I listen to you, I wind up behind the 8 ball.
Here we go again.
If you would have listened to me, we would have taken a cabana in Atlantic Beach.
Every year it must be Atlantic Beach. What's the matter? They need you to work the tide?
But no! Your brother says go to Europe. So $3,500 for 3 weeks of uninterrupted diarrhea.
That's so terrible. My brother's just used to Europe. He had a wonderful time here.
I'm tired of living for your brother. I have to live my life for my brother. That's a hot one.
I realize you're upset. I'll just need to get some facts.
Mr. and Mrs. Walter Hollander, Newark, New Jersey.
The facts are, I have a 3-week vacation. I said let's go to Atlantic Beach. We swim, we play pinochle. But no! Her brother said let's go to Europe. And behind the Iron Curtain, no less. I need this like I need a throat.
Are you interested in how the other half lives? Who wrote you to the Folie Bergère in Paris?
Are you comparing communism to those girls?
As if he appreciates Europe any place. We took him to Westminster Abbey. His feet hurt. We took him to St. Peter's in Rome. He got dizzy from looking at it. We took him to the Louvre. I hate to tell you what happened.
It's pronounced Louvre. Louvre. Shows how much you know.
In the Louvre, he struck a match across a Van Gogh. I thought I'd die.
Have either of you two ever had any respiratory ailments? Oh, wrong forms.
I got a brother. He's a wonderful man.
He's a Nazi.
Do you know what you're talking about? He's Jewish.
Trust me, he should be wearing an armband.
Here we are, seeking asylum.
I'm not seeking asylum. I didn't do anything. I'm a caterer from New Jersey.
I'll have to get your passport and some information.
I'm giving you information. I began with my brother. Quite a lovely individual.
They should have hung him at Nuremberg.
Have either of you ever bought anything on credit?
My brother went to Europe last year. He had a wonderful time. Just as we bring my daughter. It's cultural. My brother should know. He's an intellectual.
Some intellectual, like Sonny Liston.
And you're just a caterer, Mr. Hollander?
Hollander and Blackwell, finest in Newark. Here's my card.
And do you work, Mrs. Hollander?
No, sir. I'm an average housewife.
Some housewife. She's a professional mahjong hustler. She carries around her own tiles in her purse.
And you just happened to wander into a restricted area. You didn't sneak in?
I told him it looked like private property, but he had to get a photograph. He said, why? Because there's guards, dogs, and barbed wire? I said, yes, because there's guards, and dogs, and barbed wire. What did you think it was? It's like old guards, dogs, and barbed wire?
So, how did you come to do this?
They chased us here, and Susan had the presence of mind.
Yeah.
She did the right thing, Mrs. Hollander.
Sure she did. You could tell them we're spies. My wife shouldn't have to go through this. She's not a young woman.
On the one hand, we want to protect you. On the other hand, we want to protect the best interests of the United States.
I always thought they went hand in hand.
I'm an old woman?
I didn't mean old. I meant young old.
There's nothing to worry about.
That's right, because I'm a caterer. not a spy. Creative catering, our specialty. We were the first to make bridegrooms out of potato salad.
It doesn't only work, I'll say that for him.
Last month we did a wedding. I did the bride's body in green jello. Her head in a very nice clam dip, with fruit punch spouting out of her throat. It was a class affair.
I should have business settled in a few days.
2 days? What do you think I'm gonna do? Live here?
It may require some effort, but we're going to show those communists their police state tactics won't work. I'll see if Kilroy can find some spare cots.
Cots? I won't sleep on a cot. I'm a dignified human being with a hernia.
It's an emergency, Mr. Hollander, and we'll try our best.
We can't stay here. I got a business. Sam Blackwell can't handle it by himself. He's the inside man. I'm the outside man. It requires personality.
Mr. Hollander, was there some kind of notebook in your suitcase back at the hotel with some kind of party list in it?
No. Oh, yeah, the Levine wedding estimate.
What's that?
The Levine wedding estimate. How many from the bride side? How many from the groom side? How much roast beef? How much grapefruit?
Well, the communist police say they've been working on it and they've broken the code.
What code?
Supply information and troop movements.
Troop movements? That's the Levines and the Wassermans. There's more Levines because she's paying for the wedding. Quite frankly, they eat like an army. But there's civilians.
It's that damn Kojak trying to frame you.
I can't stay here. It's the height of the season. Weddings. I got receptions. I got coming out parties. Sam Blackwell can't handle it by himself. He lacks my charm.
So we'll have his son come in and help out. He's over 21.
His son? Who's gonna dress him?
Your business can manage for a few days.
Oh, you think so? And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to America. Where's my hat?
What do you think's going to happen?
Let them capture me. I'm a caterer.
This is ridiculous.
If they want information, I'll tell them how to make grapefruit sections.
Mr. Hollander, you can't go out there.
Let him go out there. Go ahead, good shot. He'll be in here if he wants.
No,
Go
no.
ahead. There's no trouble.
Don't think I won't.
Go ahead. Stop talking about it already and do it.
Mr. Hollander, don't start me trouble.
Do you think I'm afraid of those guys?
No, I shouldn't. They're only secret police. They'll arrest you and torture you. What is to be afraid of?
Do you think I'm afraid to walk out?
No, you can't get afraid of. Your days will probably help.
I suggest you not do anything rash.
Let him go. Go ahead, go.
Hollander.
Do you know if any of those guys belong to the Masons?
Susan, where have you been?
I've been hiding down in the basement.
How interesting. Mr. McGee, this is my daughter, Susan. She was a cesarean. How do you do that?
Are we free to go like that?
Are we free to go home? You see what's going on out there thanks to this guy?
I'm awfully sorry for this inconvenience. I realize it's terrible.
I think it's fun.
Well, it can be fun. Some might look upon this as an exciting experience.
Yeah, and some people want Edsels.
We could be more soft.
This place is lovely.
What are we gonna do about Seth?
Seth, oh my God!
Forgive her. In her panic, she's completely forgotten that she gave birth twice.
I wasn't even worried about Seth. He's at camp.
Camp ends tomorrow. If we're not back to let him in, what's gonna happen? He'll be unsupervised. He'll run the streets. He'll run amok. He'll rape and loot. You know our son. He takes after your brother.
I just thought of something else. Susan's getting married next week.
That's right. I have a deposit in the hall.
Getting married, huh? I guess you're awfully anxious to get out of here.
That's a long story, Mr. McGee.
Let's not discuss it. The date's been set.
Well, we may have to push the date back, so you better call the owner of the Renaissance Luau and get our deposit back.
You'd better call Donald. He'll be more than sick.
I'll go. Mr. McGee, what's the longest anyone has ever had to stay here?
Well, we've been giving an asylum to a priest who lives upstairs for a while.
What's a while?
Oh, you know, a while.
How long?
6 years.
6 years? I said let's go to Atlantic Beach. We'll swim. We'll play pinochle. But no, we're brothers. Let's go to Europe. May he rest in peace.
He's not dead.
He should
on the phone for the past 6 hours with Washington, with their UN, and with their embassy. The whole picture's become clear to me now.
What whole picture?
It's all over the American press. This morning, the FBI captured this country's top secret agent, Adolf Loper, the Gray Fox.
Really? The Gray Fox? One of their most brilliant spies.
Apparently he was posing as a student at Berkeley, and the Reds went after the first American tourist they could find in retaliation.
Now I suppose they're gonna trade spies, you know, over for the Hollanders.
Washington won't hear of it. They're outraged.
That's the way it's gonna be from now on. Every time we arrest one of their spies, they arrest one of our cables.
Get out of my kitchen!
I really got Uncle Jeff. Mr. Hollander is driving her crazy. He hates European food. Mr. McGee, you do know the Sultan is due here Friday. I suggest we postpone it for a more special meeting.
Nonsense. I should have things cleared up by then.
And if you don't,
And if I don't, business will go on as usual. Remember, I'm running this embassy. Oh, let me help you with that.
oh, Mr. McGee, I...
Certainly. Mr. Wood, please. I'm awfully sorry about your accommodations, but we are jammed, and it is temporary.
I hope you're not upset by my parents.
Upset?
They're sweet people. They just don't know what to express. Well,
Susan.
I look forward to communicating with them.
You don't have to explain parents to me. I have two parents. Well, actually, I had two parents. My mother's in court trying to disown me.
Miss Dora explained to us that your father is Master McGee.
Did she also explain to you that if I don't make it here, I'm finished?
Well, it's not that bad. Everyone makes mistakes. Every time I think of a paper, somebody about another doesn't write a He's probably not somewhere in the world.
And did you notice my name is in every article?
Funny, you're just the opposite of Donald.
And who's Donald?
He's kind of out there. He's so confident, totally in control.
Well, I can be confident too. In between major international blunders.
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm beginning to like it here.
It's awfully sweet of you to take that attitude.
I mean it. Some people spend their whole lives without anything like this ever happening to them.
So your father keeps telling me.
Danger stimulates me. Do you know how many babies were born in England during World War II as a result of Blitz?
Well, if it's danger you want, take a look out there. Must be 24 professional killers.
It's hard to see much.
Hold on, I'll knock off that light.
Oh, sure, look at them out there. They've got machine guns. Come on, Miss Reedy, are you married?
Actually, in my work, you don't get to meet many attractive American women.
Oh, don't you have a girlfriend or someone back home?
My work has caused me to travel a lot, suddenly. So what do you do back in the United States? Are you a model? Actress or something?
No. I dance in the New York City Center Ballet. And I was a folk singer. I don't work in the coffee house here in the village.
As a waitress?
I repaired motorcycles. By now my big interest is painting.
No kidding. I paint. You'd hate my work though. It's all very abstract. I stand back and splash oil all over everything, and then I run over it with my sneakers, and then I stick my lunch on it. In fact, my lunch came this second at a showing at Cape Cod.
Oh, you're going abstract art.
I'm a big Jackson Pollock man. His drippings best express my mental state. You know, if you're interested, after dinner, I could show you a statue I made out of some old automobile parts in a bedpan. You know, you're really very pretty.
Excuse me. But Mr. Hall, I must have a decision.
What's the problem? Who?
Mr. Holland, be nice to him. I'll see you later.
Ever dish I name? He says no.
Well, does he have any suggestions?
Mr. McGee, we're $4,000 It's every continent. And this is a communist country. Where do you expect me to get there really
What kind of place is this?
Oysters.
Oysters? I will not eat oysters. They're alive when you eat them. I want my food dead. Not sick, not wounded, dead.
Yes. Very nice piece of steel.
You must be joking.
What's wrong with my bill? It's one of the finest secrets of European cooking.
Really? Let's keep it that way.
Mr. McGee, if I had known, I had better go. I'll try to get some of it. Don't you want to go outside?
Try to understand, Mr. Hollander. Our menu here is particularly elaborate because we try to entertain guests from all over the world.
All I want is a plain piece of boiled chicken.
Walter, where's the Roxy?
You know I can't get a meal here.
Oh, I'll come in and get some maybe something.
Good.
Force feed him.
Don't worry, I know what he likes.
Anything. Do you hear me? I don't know what I'll do!
It's good to know our food's being cooked by an outpatient. Did you tell him not to drive to the airport with the station wagon because we might be 6 years late?
Mrs. Hollander, I wanted to speak to you about the phone. Naturally, you're free to use it. You can just send me your calls to a few dozen.
Oh, this is nothing for her. She has to alert everyone in Newark individually, like Paul Revere.
Well, I told him times and he'll take care of stuff till we get back.
You couldn't find a worse couple.
What's wrong with the Kleins?
They have orgies.
How do you know?
I catered one.
Mom, what's that? Hey, what's that?
Father Droplet, what brings you down here?
I heard of the commotion today, and I ran into this young lady upstairs.
Well, these are the Hollanders. They came here today much in the same way you did 6 years ago.
Are you refugees?
Refugees? You know what I paid for this shirt?
We were at the Vatican. We saw your boss. Oh, if it's for me, I'm free to take it.
Yes? Oh, no. Excuse me a moment. I must take this inside.
He's got a little tiny room on the top floor, and he practically never leaves it.
Don't you go crazy?
I'm a guest of the courtesy of your government, and I don't wish to make myself a nuisance.
Can't you ever leave there?
Not unless there is some drastic change in national policy. There are many men out there who would like to have me killed. But there are also many men who can to escape. I hope to leave this place and someday leave my people once again.
But until you leave your people and stay in your bedroom?
Well, I've developed a hobby, so it passes the lonely moments.
Oh, what do you do? Father Dobby is a magician.
I've been practicing for years. Years!
That's a wonderful hobby.
Pick a card! Any card!
I'm not forcing I need it.
Come on, Dad, be a sport. Walter, don't be rude.
Come on, take one! I'm diamond.
Ace of spades.
Damn it!
Father Dobby has a
Dupes! I have white dupes. I raised them. I transformed them before your eyes.
Why don't you go get some of your things? I'd love to see them.
Really? Would you?
Sure I would. Wouldn't you, Walter?
Of course. Why do you think I had us trapped here in the first place?
Documents. Look at my rings, my silk handkerchief production, and my vanishing billiard balls.
Terrific. It's the Ed Sullivan Show.
Stay right down. Don't go away.
Don't go away. We're gonna go somewhere.
Have them. Stay in your room and practice your magic. What about us, Walter? What if the same thing happens to us?
Where do you compare? We're innocent tourists. He's a priest. I'm sure if he made some effort, he could escape. But you know how it is with those guys. The one who suffers the most gets a promotion.
Mr. Connor?
Yeah, usually.
I think we've solved your dinner problem.
What?
The chef is making you hair.
What?
Hair.
What's hair?
Rabbit.
Pardon me?
Hair is rabbit deer. This is what's the favorite chicken the chef has.
Rabbit.
It's delicious.
Bunny rabbit?
Don't ask him. He eats whatever you put in front of him.
You mean a rabbit, like Peter Rabbit.
If I told you it was chicken, you would know the difference.
I won't eat my furry friends. It's like eating squirrel. Look, can't you order out? There must be a Chinese restaurant in town.
I'm back.
He's back.
I can only carry the smaller items, but it's enough for the first few hours of the show.
How many hours does the show last?
Open this.
Oh, God, I want to go
Finally, an audience. What miracle shall I start with?
I don't know. Can you walk on water?
What? My son is 12 years old. I won't see him again until he's 18. As you can see, I have nothing in my rooms.
Isn't it wonderful, Walter? A turkey priest.
Watch closely. I placed my rosary inside this key. Ever do? Say the magic words, Spiritus Sanctus, and voila! Voila! Supposed to be a rabbit in there. The rabbit go. Be a rabbit in there.
How do you like it?
Rare.
Medium?
Oh God! Oh God! There's my rabbit! There's my rabbit! And I made to run him like rabbit!
Mr. Kojak, your charges of espionage are ridiculous. They are not trap spies, and we will not hand them over to you. They've been here 5 days, and I'm prepared to stay here 5 years if necessary. Don't threaten them, and don't threaten me. You know you're only doing this because you captured Adolf Ober, your illustrious gray fox. You know, I have the right in my... hello? Hello?
Lawyers.
Mrs. Hollander, please remove the ironing board.
Where should I iron? If I go into the kitchen, the chef starts to cry.
Everyone will just please go to their rooms.
How long can one person be locked up in a cloakroom? Listen, I'm worried about Walter. First he wrote his congressman and he got back a mimeographed form letter. Then he wrote his senator and he got back a mimeographed form letter. He wrote our son and he got back a mimeographed form letter. Said, I am okay. I'm eating. I'm getting plenty of rest. I will consider any suggestions you make. Your loving son, Seth.
That's because he writes him 3 letters a day. If your husband worries about that boy too much, there's no need to send him food from Europe.
Hello, Walter. Did you see that? Did you see the look he gave me? Hello, Grouch.
Now, Mrs. Hollander,
He should be here any minute.
who's good?
The Sultan Bashir. What did you forget?
The Sultan. Wasn't that called off?
I suggested a postponement, but you should everything would go on as usual.
Oh, hell, let me think.
You do know that the Sultan is a dictator and a very temperamental man. Any little ripple can hurt your father's oil deal. And I'd hate to be in your shoes if that happens.
Maybe I can still call him delayed.
Got a telegram this morning. Sam Blackwell caters a Sweet 16 party.
I don't want to hear.
He gets a special price in the meats.
I'm not interested.
Doesn't use a regular value here. Tries to buy it cheap.
I'm not listening.
4 guests go home that night. What happens? They get food poisoning.
Oh my God!
They're in the hospital because he looked for deals.
Oh, but they're suing!
Aha! Now you want to hear.
Oh, well, are they?
I don't want to tell you. You're not interested.
Walter, tell me!
No, listen. You're not interested.
Tell me!
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on...
Walter, you know what you are? You're a sadist.
Why? A minute ago, you said you weren't interested.
I'm not interested.
Really? Good.
Dry copper kettle, warm
Girls, you're gonna tell me?
Are they sewing? Is that what you asked? Are they sewing? No, they're not suing. They're not suing! No! They're not suing! We're suing them for low resistance to tainted meat!
Walter?
Of course they're suing! What do you expect from poisoned people? If I could get Sam Blackwell here, I'd crush his head!
Be thankful nobody died.
Yes, Marion. The thinking and making that our new slogan. Can you help me out of this? Not now with the magic tricks.
I wish I knew what you need to get out of these things.
Don't pay any attention to him, Father. I think it's marvelous a man with a cloth has a hobby besides just God.
Mount built a catering firm for 20 years. He goes away for a while and leaves his partner in charge. He begins poisoning customers. I'm working with Lucretia Portia.
Faith in the Lord, my son.
Oh, I have faith in the Lord, Father. If you can hear me now, please crush Sam Blackwell's head.
Hello? Yes? No, I'm sorry. Just a minute. It's New Jersey for you. Must be Sam Blackwell.
Hello. Poison any more people, Cretan? Oh, really? How many? Oh, 2 more killed over. Oh, they're dropping like flies. Murderer! Murderer! Talk louder, murderer! Oh, well, what do the lawyers say? Oh, he feels they have a case, huh? Blackwell, when I get back to the States, I'm going to rent a car and run you over. Murderer! Overseas operator, I can't hear the murderer. Blackwell, you're finished as a caterer. You mixed your last fruit compost.
Mr. McGee, His Majesty has... Oh my God! Mr. McGee! Mr. McGee!
What have we got here? Lawrence of Arabia?
How do you do, Sultan?
Sultan? You know him?
You ignorant, it's the Sultan Bashir.
What do? Hang around the UN building all day picking up Arabs?
Your Royal Majesty, the ruler of the field Bashir. I'm here to see Ambassador McGee.
How do you do?
These are my wives.
Hello, hello. Take your veils.
And I'm Walter Hollander from New Jersey. Drop me! Drop me! You'll have a heart attack. You're not a young man.
Excuse me, Father.
Where's the ambassador?
I hope you didn't have any trouble getting by all those soldiers outside the embassy. Walter and I are wanted.
I know I read about the Sultan Bashir recently. Didn't you fellas put down an uprising? Didn't you have some sort of revolution or something?
Where is Ambassador McGee?
Yeah, you killed all those workers. That wasn't nice what you did. They're protesting peacefully.
There are two sides to that story, my friend.
What kind of two sides? A few poor workers go on strike, and you gotta shoot them?
You can see them, they are vermin. There's no other way to teach them.
Walter, why are you talking about something you know nothing about?
I know nothing about politics. Don't you read the papers? This guy executes his people like you use your credit card.
You're just in a bad mood.
I did not come here to be received by a pair of dogs.
I read the papers, and I get frustrated. Being a little shot from New Jersey, I never get a chance to express my opinions to a real big shot.
No one asked you.
Your Majesty, please forgive us.
I will not stay here unless I receive an apology from your government.
Mr. Hollander, leave this room immediately.
Walter, you're in a very bad mood. Let's just go.
No, you know what? I pay taxes. I live here. I'm not going anyplace. Why? Because this guy, because this bum owns some oil wells?
Your Majesty, please come inside.
You are an insolent swine.
I'll hit him a sock in the chops. Not to bandage him in his own sheets.
Don't threaten, pig.
What's this guy doing here anyway?
That's none of your business, Mr. Hollander.
This is my business. I pay taxes. This building is rented with my money.
Walter, butt out.
You butt out. I don't like the idea of my government doing business with this guy.
That's for the government to decide.
I am the government.
Listen to him. He's the government.
What do you think the government is? It's little people, like you and me. Well, maybe not you.
I've never been insulted in such a manner.
Take a walk, Fatso. That's how this government gets into trouble. It's dealing with guys like him.
In your opinion.
Yeah, read Walter Lippmann.
Relations between us are at an end.
Your Majesty!
Anytime you bring a guy who's a bum like him into this house again, they'll get the same. Come on, Marion.
Geez, when he cheats on his income taxes, you certainly are a big shot.
Dad, it wasn't my fault. Mr. Hollander insulted him, not me. But Dad, you said it would look bad for the family image if you left Jory in charge. But Dad... Yes, Dad. Yes, sir. Bye.
Well, I'll see if I can arrange a spy trade. Carlo will be Hi, Axel. Sorry, your drink. Thought you might need one.
Why? Join me. Why can't I do anything right? What do I do? I'll kill myself. That's it. I'll kill myself.
So what happened?
I'm a failure. Not just a little failure. I'm a big failure. Like the World's Fair. I've been relieved of my command, my hero, and the National Weather Bureau has declared me a disaster area.
Job really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
I guess it's hard to understand. It's all I've been brought up to think of.
I understand. It's not easy to be kind of famous person.
Susan? Do you know that when I was 10 years old and I did something wrong, my mother would hit me with a copy of Time magazine with my father's picture on the cover?
Well, Axel, I don't find you a failure. Maybe you're just in the wrong business. Think in some other business you'd be a genius.
Sure, if there was such a thing as a failure business, I'd have chain stores. So, why don't you tell me? What's your fiance do?
He's a lawyer.
I don't mean to intrude, but you don't seem too wildly enthused over the prospect of getting married.
I'm not getting married. Haven't told my parents yet, but I have told Donald. Donald's bright and very handsome, but not for me.
I see. I guess your father's going to be pretty angry.
Oh, he's going to have a stroke. He adores Donald. Compared to the kind of boys I almost married, Donald stands for a mother's prayer.
Have you almost married often?
A few times. And always the type that would turn my father's hair gray. Married a depressive jazz musician, an escaped convict, and a defrocked priest.
You must really hate the suburbs.
If I tie myself down for life, I want someone...
Stable and successful.
No, I want a little action.
That's what I meant. You don't want anything too stable or too successful.
The truth is, you don't know what you want. You think you want a certain type, and then you meet someone who has nothing of what you want. And for some unexplainable reason, you fall in love with them.
I know. I once wrote a poem about that.
Poem? Actually, you're a latent creator. The place is so heavily surrounded.
Oh yeah. You want to see?
It's all the stars. You see the river. See?
The air's so clear this time of year.
Yeah, I love fall. Such an exciting time of year. The start of everything.
I like winter because I love to ski.
I've never gone skiing before, but I'm not for the idea.
Well, maybe one day when all this is worked out, I can take you skiing. I know you'd love it. It's very romantic. I broke my pelvis once.
Well, it's getting late. I'm ready to go to bed. Right, Axel. It's fun talking to you.
Well, thanks for the drink and looking out the window with me. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Good night.
Good night. Why can't I do anything right? Damn it! Oh!
Son, we'll be home tonight. Yeah, we're being traded for a spy. A big spy. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. You read about it in the papers. He wants to bring you anything from here? Anything? He wants us to taste the pictures. All right, son, we'll be home later. Don't forget to thank the coroner, like you said. I called Donald last night.
You called Donald? Don't you think that's Susan's business?
I feel she neglected. Plus, I want to establish good relations with my future son-in-law.
What did you say?
He wasn't home. My future attorney was in court, suing a slum landlord. The boy is a poet.
I called Barney Silverman from where the station wagon again.
Good. On the way home, you can drop me at work.
You're not coming home first?
What for?
You're going directly from Europe to work?
Why not?
Are you crazy?
Look, I'll help with the unpacking when I get home at 7.
You haven't seen our apartment in 6 weeks.
What was there to change it?
The man hasn't seen his apartment in 6 weeks. He's going to work first?
It's a Thursday. I always work Thursday.
Business can't wait another day?
What do you care?
I cash in our mutual fund, please. See a psychiatrist.
Oh, Pat? Let me take that for you.
We'll cover Mr. and your interest by exchange, Axel.
Yeah, she's very efficient. She's already lined up a big party for the Sultan of Bashir this weekend, and I'm sure she just wrote over that situation just as quickly as she did this. I guess I'm just out of the knack.
I'm so ready to you.
I'm going to miss you, Susie.
You are going nowhere.
At the rate I'm going, that could happen.
Axel, I'm sorry about the other night.
You're sorry?
I'm sorry I got so shaken up. It was something I wanted you to do, and when you did it, I just got shaken up.
Well, I wish we could have spent some more time together.
So do I.
Maybe one day after this is all over.
At least you still have your job.
Yeah.
I don't understand understand you. They've been so nice to us here. How can you put their towels in your suitcase?
Listen, I have it. I'm a deprived child.
You sure it's safe to go out there?
Yes, Mr. Kojak will accompany you to the plane.
Can you take your prisoner out of this first office?
You came to say goodbye. And it was a good look.
Yes, it's a pity.
If you ever need a job, Chef, I'm sure I could get you one chock full of nuts.
You know, Mr. Hollander, I might as well tell you now. The birthday last night was really ill. And you
Look in the vase next to the dining room table.
You've made my life much richer. Darn.
Right.
Oh.
They're all 5 of diamonds.
Mr. Kojak has arrived.
So we can finally meet face to face.
We don't hold a grudge.
Sure, you can't with the H-bomb.
Let bygones be bygones.
Criminals against the state.
Take it easy, mister. You'll live longer.
Please make sure that the Hollanders haven't left anything.
I'm sure there's a few cartons upstairs.
You better make sure Walter remembered his passport. Wouldn't it be a scream if you had to spend the rest of your life on Ellis Island? Mr. Partner's on call for you downstairs. It's Miss McGee's Caroline.
I'll get out of my way. You and all those like you hang and swear as an example to all the enemies of the state.
Kojak, when was the last time you called a girl and she said yes?
Men worked with the Gestapo during the war. 1 hour at their disposal, and you would tell everything.
Tell what? Who's got what to tell?
Admit it. Filthy American spy.
Who? What?
Admit it.
Who?
Admit it.
What?
Admit it.
All right! I admit it! If it makes you happy, I admit it! I'm not a caterer. I'm not from New Jersey. She's not my wife. She's a U-boat commander. You think you're so clever? You're nothing! This was my easiest caper since the Kowalski wedding.
Kill you myself.
I wouldn't try anything if I were you. We're all trained in karate.
My hands are not tied by stupid red tape. I'd have my men come in here and drag you out.
It riles you, doesn't it? You like to bully people, don't you? Wait till I get back to the States and tell the newspapers how we made monkeys out of you and your men. You'll be the laughingstock of the secret police. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they took away your disguise kit.
Die! See you do it. Do it with my bare hands.
Don't make a move or I'll blow you to pieces.
You're bluffing.
Oh yeah, big shot?
Oh, finger.
It may look like a finger, but it's actually a flesh-colored 45 with a knuckle and 2 joints and a little hair.
Idiots.
Walter, I'm ready to go.
Me too, you got everything?
Finally convinced my government to let me use my own methods in dealing with it. This deal has cheated me out of that to save me. And rebuild me again.
The deal is off.
What?
Bill Gilbert is dead.
Dead?
He's hung himself in his cell.
Bill Gilbert is dead?
He's dead? He's not alive? He's dead?
Oh
boy, am I in trouble.
Great boss dies by his own hands. Go to my office immediately. Doesn't seem to be shocking to you.
Soon.
Walter, what are we gonna do?
We're not going home.
Guess not.
He had to choose a day to kill himself. Couldn't wait till the weekend. It's all holiday weekend.
See, and you want to rush off to work. I better call Barney Silverman.
I'm getting drowsy.
Drowsy?
Already took a Dramamine. It's a half hour before takeoff. He had all week to kill himself, and he had to choose today. And this morning yet.
Friday in there. Get it before breakfast. See how important it is to eat. Contact.
I'd better call Seth and tell him to go ahead with his application for foster parents.
What do you expect from a great boss? Not a name for a grown-up person.
Well, you wanted us to spend more time together.
McGee, you think it, oh, excuse me. Oh my God! Marion! Marion, come quickly! She's kissing the failure!
Well, you all were out smoking. The Hollanders have been living here nearly 2 weeks now. Everybody's really starting to feel the strain. Mrs. Hollander goes around all day cleaning the embassy. Swanker cleaned the house today twice, in the rooms with wall-more carpeting. And apparently even the walls. Don't get me wrong, I like to be clean. However, fluorides can be dangerous.
Goddamn living room floor.
Susan and McGee have felt a different kind of strain.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Sometimes it's good to be alone.
No kidding. Your father watches us like a hawk. Last night, when we thought we were meeting in the dining room, he started motionless, put a throw pillow on my lap, and pretended to be a chair. No, I sat on him. Mr. Hollander's behavior seems a little extreme. Someone because he's torn between a failing business, a failing future son-in-law, and a 12-year-old boy that he misses very much. Dear Sal, don't forget to dress formally. Chew your food carefully, and eat slowly. Stay away from lemon. See what's happening to me, ain't? After weighing the pros and cons, I had a long talk with Mrs. Hollander and Susan about the only way to see their home again is escape.
Did your father drop you talk to you about a mistake?
Yes, and I think it's a wonderful idea.
Did you mention it to Mr. McGee? Not yet. I want to wait until the moment's right. Did you mention it to Daddy? He wasn't there. You know he didn't take me anyplace.
Oh, hello, McGee. Hello, Father. I didn't want to alarm anyone, but I don't like what's going on out there. This morning, there were only a few picketers. Now the building's surrounded. A lot of them look too old to be students to me. Yes, some aren't students. Some are communist agitators. Well, just how ominous are those anti-Hollanders carrying? Is there a safe place to hide the Hollanders in the event of serious rioting? Serious rioting? What do you have in mind? Stoning, looting, fires. Stoning, looting, fires? See, my life is like the Old Testament. The only thing I've been able to avoid so far is locusts. The Hollanders are enemies of the state. Jack has many followers. If they choose to, they will come in here and get the Hollanders loose.
See, Kilroy just doesn't understand the danger of it. She lacks my vast experience in getting stoned and spit at it. Well, I better call my father direct and let him know there may be trouble. Again.
I want to speak to you.
Later, Mr. Hollander.
First, goodbye successful attorney, and then hello psychotic diplomat.
Start a life work, which is 23.
I'm not saying it's not her own life. I just want her to do the right thing.
So?
So, what I tell her is the right thing. This guy is what we used to call in the pool room a loser.
He's a Yale graduate.
Yale makes mistakes too.
Walter, don't get involved.
This is the worst prospect she's ever had. I even like the escaped convict she's going with better because at least he was a success at something. He escaped. It was something.
May I remind you that when I married you, your future was looking insecure.
Where do you compare? I have a joie de vivre.
Besides, happiness isn't everything.
I'm talking about happiness. I'm talking about marriage. When you get married, you give up happiness. All of a sudden, Donald can't make her happy. He's an attorney. There's court cases. There's litigation. There's mortgages. He'll fill out briefs. It's romantic.
She was always a little wistful about Donald, I felt. I didn't want to say anything. What is that? Must be those rioters outside.
But there's only a few.
Look what's going on out there, Walter. It's a regular demonstration. Oh, they have a cloth dummy that looks just like you. Oh my God, they're burning it.
Maybe they think I'm a football coach.
Oh, they're not. Well, that doesn't matter. Got big black ugly signs with our names on them.
Sticks and stones will break my bones. The names will never hurt me.
Walter, they have sticks and stones.
Wait a minute.
What was that? They're shooting at Maria's zone. Maria's got head to head with a brick. She lied on the whole floor while you're something about engagement.
All right, stay calm. Don't panic. All right, now you can panic.
It's a riot.
Mickey! 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 We have your usual riot!
Walter, what are we gonna do?
Try not to get shot!
Walter, maybe you went outside and addressed them.
I said let's go to Atlantic Beach. We swim, we play peanut. None of this.
Is everyone okay?
Yes, are you?
What's this?
It's a bomb! No! Don't move! The sun is tapped to blow this place sky high.
Don't anybody come near me!
Look, they're running away.
Everyone, out of the room quickly.
Walter, keep calm.
I'm calm. I'm calm. Who's Walter?
I've had some experience with these things. If I could just dismantle it.
Dismantle? All right. Dismantle. Dismantle. Dismantle.
Axel, be careful.
My leg itches.
Where's an inch, Walter? I'll scratch it.
Get away out of the room. Look out the window. You'll see me flying over here any minute.
There's no sense in all of us getting torn limb from limb.
Thanks, Marion.
There. It's dead. I did it.
My heart. My heart sounds like a disco tank.
Who tells you to pick up strange objects?
That's how I met you.
How is everyone else?
We're not in the with the brick. I think she's got a concussion. It's just a rectal.
Lodge a complaint at the ministry. Tell them I tried reaching my father, but he's on a yacht somewhere in the damn Caribbean.
I'm coming, Orville. I'm telling you what we need to do.
What? They look for sheep and why?
Let's go down to the party and put it in. Let's go.
What if it doesn't work? It don't work like that.
Stop arguing here.
Give the stewards or the meeting. Get out of here. We may have to check her in.
You might want to get her twin bed.
In the absence of my superiors, I have no choice but to give myself a battlefield commission. Until further notice, I'm running this embassy.
How exciting.
Now, if I could think of what to do, it would help.
I can't.
What?
Axel, supposing my parents and I escape.
By escape, you mean what?
By escape, I mean to leave here and show up in Newark.
Susan, you're nuts.
Father Rodney and I have already spoken about it. He says we can do it.
Father Drobny, the holy Houdini? He can't get himself out of the straitjacket. What does he know?
He knows how to get us out of the country, and he says it's a cinch.
Susan, we can't do this. There's no way you can escape. Give me one good reason why I should let you escape.
There's no other way. If we stay here, we'll get killed. You have no imagination.
I have a wonderful imagination. I imagine 10 minutes after you leave here, Kojak will be wearing your father's shirt.
Axel, why can't we escape?
I just told you, escape requires timing, coordination, and good physical condition. Your father gets out of breath if I ask him to pass the salt.
Axel, for once in your life, take the initiative. Don't let things happen to you. We can do it together. That's what life is. A series of adventures you go through with somebody you care about. We can do it, with you leading the way, your firm young jaw against the wind.
Susan, have you been smoking grapes?
Let's tell my parents the idea.
I thought you said your parents approved.
Your mother does. I thought you could tell Daddy. Mother, Dad,
No, Susan, please, let's discuss this.
Axel, if we stay here, it's just a question of time till another bomb comes through the window. You have no right to deny us a chance to save our lives.
But I'm not good at these things. I like a nice quiet evening at home.
Axel, we can do it. The two of us, together.
Susan, be realistic. How could we escape?
Or we can dig a tunnel.
Dig a tunnel? Are you mad? With our knowledge of engineering, we'd probably come up in a stove.
All right. Well, we can sneak out on the back of this laundry truck. I saw that in an old prison movie once.
We don't send our laundry out anymore. Your mother does it for the whole embassy. No, you'd probably only be able to escape if you were at a party. You dress as guests, mingle with the crowd, and leave when they do.
Axel, that's brilliant.
What is?
Your idea. There's a party here on Saturday for the Sultan. We dress as guests, mingle with the crowd, and walk right out.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Axel, it's a stroke of genius.
What is it? What is the failure when it happens?
Go ahead, Axel.
Susan?
Axel.
Well, Mr. Hollander, that was an awfully nasty bomb that came through the window.
You noticed that, did you?
After careful consideration, in view of circumstances, I've decided that our situation requires a little action.
What kind of action?
Supposing you were actually trapped spies, what would you do?
What I do? I deny claim to be a caterer.
Mr. Hollander, you read about it in the papers all the time. What do you think when there's families stuck behind the Berlin Wall, and they want freedom so desperately that their lives depend on it?
What do I think? What they do? They go over walls or through tunnels. They forge passports. They go through roadblocks. Look, you're a nice optimist. Let me know if you have any more hysterical notions.
But Mr. Hollander, it's the only way.
Escape. What an interesting idea.
McGee, you're crazy. Do you know that you're crazy? Years of insanity have made you crazy.
Why not, Dad? It's better than being trapped here. Why don't we listen for a minute?
Raindrops on roses,
Mr. Hollander, it's a matter of life and death.
You picked the wrong person to talk to about an escape. I don't escape from places. I enter and I stay.
Mr. Hollander, it's wrong to reject an idea just because it sounds radical.
That's exactly it. It's radical. And when it comes to going over walls or through roadblocks, I'm a terrific conservative. I'm the John Birch of the escape world.
Calm down, please.
Mary, have you ever seen a man with a hernia running from a tank?
Dad, I read about it every day. Couples escape, husband escape, lovers flee tyranny.
No, what you read is couple shot escaping, husband shot escaping, lovers killed fleeing tyranny.
You're a coward!
That's right. If you wanted a hero, you should have married Sergeant York.
You want your daughter to grow up here for the rest of her life?
I'd rather she grew up here than as an orphan. I'm funny that way, Mary. I can tolerate anyone's orphan but my own.
You want your daughter to meet other eligible men, don't you?
All right. Let me hear it. Let me hear this brilliant plot. I haven't had a good laugh in a long time. Let me hear it so I can go, ha, ha.
Well, the night after tomorrow, there's going to be a huge reception here in honor of
Catering.
Will you let him finish?
a huge party in honor of the Sultan of Bashir. That night, there will be men and women from all nations, dignitaries, even some from this country. You two and Susan will dress as guests, mingle with the crowd, and if the guests start to leave, we'll ride out with them.
And what after
Well, you'll probably do something. You'll probably meet some people and get out of here. I don't know.
My question is, what is he gonna wear?
He'll give you a chance to wear your dark blue mohair.
I don't like my dark blue mohair. It itches.
How can mohair itch? It's soft fabric.
Sue me, it itches!
Well, you'll have to wear a dark suit. I'm not going if you're not going to dress.
We're not going anyplace! God!
Mr. Hollander, try to listen to our plan carefully. Once you leave here, the rest is simple.
My contacts will see that if you're on your way home within hours.
Mr. Hollander, I appeal to you. For the safety of everyone involved, we must not procrastinate.
Oh, we'll get to see Seth again. Oh, I miss you so. By the way, Walter, I didn't want to mention this to you because you'd get upset, but my brother wrote us a letter and our apartment was robbed.
What?
Yeah, and so the portable TV and all your shirts.
I'm Kurt. I'm a Kurt's caterer. I'm trapped here, some thousands of miles away. There's a burglar running around with my initials on their cuts.
Dad, let's go home.
Mr. Hollander, I beg you. McGee's plan is a good one. You can trust him. I know he seems like a bungler, but he's actually quite bright and resourceful. He knows what he's doing. You're in good hands.
All right. We'll escape.
You have nothing to worry about, Mr. Hollander. I know what I'm doing. There won't be anything wrong. I'm in complete control.
McGee, you're a nut! The next few days were fraught with danger and intrigue. I tried to use the phone to enlist some of the most brilliant minds of the underground. Unfortunately, they had all been captured. McGee spent day and night formulating a plan so complex only 3 people in the entire world understood it. You won one of them. On the morning of escape, they reviewed the plan to make sure it was approved.
It's a rotten plan. It won't work. Let's call it off.
We're not calling anything off.
Now, Mr. Hollander, let's go through it once more. Who are you?
I'm John Randall from Washington, D.C. I work in the Department of the Interior. I'm married and have 4 kids. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and went to school in California where I majored in agriculture. And I drive a Chrysler Imperial. Who's going to ask me these questions?
In the event that you stop, your answers must be consistent. What's your name?
John Randall.
Okay.
You ain't gonna believe I'm Sam.
John Randall.
John, Sam.
Now, what do you do that night? Let's try a different question. What are you doing in Europe?
What am I doing in Europe? Making a tour of underdeveloped nations, helping deal with the problems of soil conservation and erosion.
Very good.
Don't very good.
I'm his lovely wife, Carmen, also former Miss Wisconsin in 1938.
Couldn't believe that, we win the whole Cold War. We'll look at those Jericho veins. We'll pick up smuggling road maps.
Where are you staying?
The Grand Hotel for 1 week, then we're flying to Malaysia.
What happens when you leave here?
At about midnight, when some of the other guests are leaving, we casually say, "Excuse me," and leave with the largest group. Our chauffeur then drives us directly to the lobby of the Grand Hotel.
Provided we haven't been stopped at the gate, arrested, shot, beaten, and tortured.
At the Grand Hotel, we 6 cars. A man will come up to me and say, "Those are extremely lovely earrings. My wife has a pair just like them." He's our driver. We go with him.
And what if someone happens to like her lyrics? And wind up falling into Lapland?
Where does he take you?
Takes us to the train station. Well, we met my man, presumably not suspicious looking, who comes up and says, "The grass is green." Which, for my money, he might as well be wearing a neon sign that says, "I'm a spy."
What do you do when you get to the train station?
We get on the train heading for Istanbul. Great, another person in my life. I need Istanbul like I need the play, with my fear of Turks and all.
But you don't get to Istanbul.
Halfway there, we jump off the train.
Great, I'm really looking forward to that, too. It's been so long since I've jumped off a moving train.
Your contacts will assist you with all these maneuvers.
What are you so worried about?
We'll wait and see how well you do. You practically break a leg finding a seat in the movies.
After leaving the train, we're met by a man driving a wagon load of hay.
Gotta be hay.
We dress up as peasants, get up on the wagon and go with him. Then he takes us to the seashore where we're picked up by a submarine. Isn't it thrilling, Walter?
Submarine? I thought it was a plane.
It had to be changed due to security precautions.
Thanks for telling me. I'd have spent all day looking for wings.
Now, there's some local currency.
Oh, that's all right. You get the next one.
Take it, Walter. You only have traveler's checks.
They're good anywhere.
Are you going to stop in the middle of a chase through an alley and start signing traveler's checks?
Whoa. No one said anything about chasing through alleys. You said this was going to be simple. I can't run. I'm an old man with orthopedic shoes.
Mr. Hollander, I suggest you take it. Incidentally, have you ever shot a gun before?
Shot a gun? How often in the catering business is there gunfire?
It's really quite simple. All you have to do is release this safety, aim, and pull the trigger.
It's a beaut.
I don't think you should carry a gun.
Why not?
They're dangerous.
They're not dangerous.
You don't know how to use one.
Trust me, I can use one.
When have you ever used a gun?
Plenty of times, don't worry.
When?
I want to carry it.
I don't want you to carry a gun.
I want to carry a gun. She says I can't carry a gun. Why can't I carry a gun?
I'm not going if you carry a gun.
Maybe Mrs. Faulkner is right. You won't need it. I'm being over precautious.
Why do you have to take the fun out of everything we do?
All right, you can carry it. Keep it unloaded.
In the event it needs load, you have plenty of time, but you all. I never handled bigger.
Never can tell when this little piece of tin can spell the difference.
Well, this is it.
Don't worry, it'll be a cinch.
You got very confident all of a sudden.
Everyone makes a big deal over it.
You think so?
Sure, it'll all be over in 2 hours. There'll be no worse an ordeal than your sister's wedding.
You think so?
Stop crying already. It's all right. What are you crying about? Look, why is it every time I take you someplace, you have to turn into a federal case? This is why I wasn't keen on escaping.
I'm sorry.
All right, what's the matter? What are you crying about?
I don't know.
How do you not know what you're crying about? Did something hurt you?
I'm afraid.
Aha! Not such a big shot anymore, are you? You talk a good game, but... Oh, stop crying already. It's all right. Come on now. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They'll capture us? Oh, come on. Let them capture us. Look, worst comes to worst, we'll bite down on the cyanide cap. Stop crying already. It's all right. I won't let you down. Haven't I always taken care of you? Remember when we were at the Palisades Amusement Park and that soldier whistled at you? And I gave him a sock in the mouth.
Yeah, he was a tiny little thing.
You were wearing your Pew's Aztec shawl.
You with your dark blue suit and your white socks and saddle shoes.
That was for doctor's orders. I had a foot infection.
Walter, will you protect me?
Have I ever let you down? Ever? Didn't I stand by you right from the start when my mother despised you? Then I hold your hand through 2 pregnancies, 4 false alarms, and a very complicated root canal. Make sure you came out right side up.
Walter, I've been such a terrible wife.
No, not at all. I'm not exactly easy to live with. Matter of fact, many women don't find me unpleasant.
No!
Yeah, come on, you better go upstairs, relax a little bit, and then start getting ready.
I'm wearing my new dress.
You better bring some sneakers.
Oh, Wally!
You can call me that since the Harvest Moon Ball. And even then, I said if you ever did it again, I'd break your neck.
I'm going.
No, you go, relax a little bit. I'll stay down here and read my newspaper. Don't worry, you're dealing with somebody who can handle himself. All right.
Yes, Your Majesty, there's plenty more bourbon inside. I should go get some.
Whatever happened to that mongrel from New Jersey?
He couldn't make it. Well, he sends his best wishes and apologies, though. I'm delighted you gave us the chance to honor you, Your Majesty. You know how my father feels about you.
Where is your father?
He's still wearing in the Caribbean, but he'll be here shortly. Thanks. I'm not in the mood for magic. There's a message written on the two of spades. You can tell me the message, Father. No one will hear. It's the... The Hollanders are ready. That's the message! So, where are your parents?
They're getting ready. My father's having trouble getting his hooks around.
Closing's here. Let's try to hide anyone. It'll look suspicious. You better go quickly.
But I have to. I'll speak with you today.
We have some deeper plans to discuss.
Leave me alone.
Get downstairs.
We need it.
You don't need it. You shot Miss Kilroy today.
Help accidentally.
Also, people will be staring at your boobs.
No, we've not met, have we?
I'm John Randall from Washington, D.C. I work in the Department of the Interior. I'm married and have 4 kids. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I drive a Chrysler Imperial. I'm John Randall from Washington, D.C.
Nice to meet you. My name is Giannis Kosner. This is the Countess Wilhelmina Baldoni.
Say hello to the Countess, darling.
Hello, darling.
You tried the wine. Extraordinary. Rather diffident and ephemeral, wouldn't you say?
The bouquet is subtly demure, yet the flavor is playfully articulate. Esquire magazine.
How long have you been here?
Just a few days.
A few
2
days.
weeks.
We're staying at the Grand
big hotel.
It's
I don't like it.
Well, we must be going. It's late. Come, Walter.
Walter?
Yeah. Oh, how funny! My wife forgets I'm Sam Randall.
John Randall.
John, my real name was Randall John Sam, but it kept getting confused with Lyndon Johnson. Yeah, I kept getting all his phone bills and meat bills. Yeah.
How interesting.
Well, we really must be going. We're due in Afghanistan.
Tunisia.
Tunisia, Afghanistan. Come on, Herman.
I'm his lovely wife, Carmen.
Oh, wow. My cigarette lighter.
May I have a
Damn Zippos never work.
Well, it's no matter. We really must be going. We hate to be the last ones to leave.
Those Zippos never work.
Oh.
Aha!
What'd you do? Roll a drunk and steal his invitation?
You look dressed up. Going somewhere?
Boom, Jack!
Telephone call for you.
It's urgent.
Let me take that from Johnny's room.
Yeah, it's quiet up there. They're holding. It seemed important.
Sure, just wait.
Where are they?
They've gone. Once I pass the police at the gates, the rest is not hard.
If we don't hear anything within the next few days, we should assume everything's all right.
They're going down the steps now slowly. They're getting into the car deliberately.
I wonder if this is happening in any other embassies.
What was that? Oh, Axel, that's terrible. Walter, how could you do it?
I couldn't help it. It was dark outside.
How could you do it? Could you attempt an escape?
Dad, our situation called for action. If we would have succeeded, we'd all be heroes.
But it failed, just as everything you do fails. Riots, picketing, bombs, this never happened to my embassy before. And this morning, a devout priest produced a seven of spades from my ear.
John, I was only trying to cheer you up.
I'll get you this, asshole. I'll find a way, I promise.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm done with you, Miss Hollander. By the way, your mother called. She wants you to mail her your birth certificate. There are 2 boards without a scratch. Only to be shot by a caterer.
I'm sorry, Axel. It's all our fault.
No, it's not. But they've doubled the guard outside now.
Well, Axel, it was a nice try. Unfortunately, I shot the boss. Those are the breaks.
Guess we're here for good now.
No, I got to exist, and I promise I'll get you out.
Well, I'm ready, willing and able to try almost anything. I feel I've been toughened up by my first attempt. Now that I've actually drawn blood, well, I'm sure it was your father's. Hey, what's that smell?
The Sultan of Bashir and his wife, and they're unconscious.
It serves them right. They drank up enough alcohol last night to rub down the Green Bay Packers.
You better call Barney Silverman. He's probably still waiting at Montauk Point for us to surface.
Miss Burns, it seems that the Sultan and his wife have had a little too much party. You might want to get him into a different room. If you have any trouble, there's a dollar downstairs, and you might want to change him into some pajamas while you're at it. Pajamas?
McGee, why are you staring at me like that, being word pajamas?
Bet it would work.
Axel, what are you thinking?
Size, right? Father, drop me. Come here, quickly.
Axel, I know what you're thinking, but there's two of them and three of us.
If they left now, it looked perfectly natural. No one saw them leave last night. But instead of under those little robes, it won't be His Majesty, but it'll be the phantom caterer.
It sounds great, McGee. It won't work, but it sounds great.
It's just crazy. That's the word.
Father, drop me. Please. You two, change quickly.
Axel, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yes, for once in my life, I'm in complete control. You calls? 1 second. Help them and change. Yes, Father John, your contact's still ready to go on a moment's notice? Yes, I'm sure. Get them on the phone immediately.
What about me?
Susan, I don't know yet. There's nothing good about it, but the storm we're expecting will be a little late. I think the same precautions are in order. All right, Ray. I don't know where. Pick a card. Hey, not now. Why? Like that? No. Father Trouble, why don't you just give up the magic? It's never going to work. It's close. You just handed me that card!
Silk itches.
How about an itch? Silk.
Oh, my dermatologist says. The thighs of a princess.
Well, do you want to switch?
Everything is ready. Go immediately. And God bless you.
Try to appear as casual as possible, and if anyone stops you, mutter something about a law.
The driver will take you directly to the Grand Hotel. Thereon, plan to go precisely the same.
What about Susan?
Susan will walk out with me in a couple minutes under the protection of full diplomatic immunity.
How?
Well, as the wife of a foreign diplomat, you get that privilege.
Why? You and her?
Why not? We're over 21. This is United States territory, and we're United States citizens. Father Germany's also a priest.
My Susan of Bride. This is the happiest day of my life. If only your father were alive to see it.
I am alive. I'm right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I got carried away.
And what if she doesn't want to marry you?
I do. I do.
You do? May Allah twist your nose off.
Well, you two, you gotta leave quickly.
You wire us your silverware pattern on the submarine, okay?
May all the sands of the desert fill your navel.
What do you want to hurry today?
Hurry, quickly!
Come on, Mary. You might as well go register his name at the unemployment office.
I'll stop at the drugstore on my way home and get you a bottle of those pills.
Oliver, don't take this as losing a daughter, but gaining a son.
May all the camels of Egypt take an enormous Forget it.
and made it safely to Newark. I married Susan and McGee thereafter, and the ambassador is still running for the governor without the salt himself. And just to make sure there aren't any more problems, he sent McGee 5,000 miles away to Bolivia. For the first time in 400 years, that country had a plague of locusts. To the States.
What? We'll never get it right!